Hello friend, welcome to Access Zombie Code. Here I am come again with a new Angular Mapbox series video where we are going to check how we can display that route for a airline. In our previous video we saw that how we can create a route for a ship in the sea area. In this video we are going to see how we can create a navigation for a aeroplane. So let me show you what we are going to do in this video. So here you can see that globe type world map. When this page is loading, you can see this globe type world map and these three aeroplanes are displayed in the different location. Once I click this go button, this plane number 1 start its journey from San Francisco to Mexico, and once the first plane is reached to Mexico, then this second plane start its journey to New York, and once this second plane reach to New York, that third plane start its journey towards San Francisco. So let me show you. So here first plane is reached to Mexico and second plane started his journey. Once the second plane reached to New York, that third plane is started his journey. Once this third plane reaches to that location, it will reload this page. Means all the plane are reached their destination. So it will reset the navigator. Let's start our today programming. Before going to create our project, let me show you how we are going to create this route for our air shipment. So here, if this is a source point, this is my destination point, and this is the distance from the source to destination. I have that coordinate of the source point and destination point. So first I will calculate what is the distance from the source to destination. Next, I will divide this distance, means this line, into number of steps, and I will move that shape from step by step. So if I found the route will be 5 kilometer, the length will be 5 kilometer, then I will divide this into some step. Let me define it in 10 steps. So one step will be 500 meter. In this 500 meter, there is a start point and end point. The start point of this S1 segment will be 0 and the end point will be 500. Next, the second segment content, the starting point will be 500 and that next point will be 1000. Like that, we divide this complete route in 10 step or 10 segment. So we will move that shape from segment to segment. So you can see now I am in the VS Code IDE and I already created that project world map air route where I did the basic setting what I already saw in my previous video. I'm not going to do the same thing for this video also, but I will show you what I did earlier. So in this environment file, I added that access token. In the TypeScript file, I added the basic mapbox details to display our globe type map, and in the HTML, I added this map inside this div and I added a extra div for that go button. I did some CSS. So my CSS will be that position of the button that color of the button. These are the basic thing what I already did my earlier project. So let me run this project first and we'll move forward. When this page is loading, globe type world map is ready and there is a go button to start our routing and the go button is present in our screen. So let's do our routing work. So I'm going to create another method to set map. So my method name will be create map. So before doing any work inside this create map method, I am going to declare some variable. That first variable will be my route and point, that counter and some step. I am going to declare one by one. So first is route. I am giving this route 1 and the type will be any, then point 1, then any, and counter 1. This is a number and that default number will be 0 and next is step. Steps 1 will be number and the default value will be 50. Now inside this create map method I am going to declare where is my starting point and what is my destination point. So I already took that coordinate and I will copy and paste this here. I paste coordinate location, first one for the origin, second one is the destination one, last one will be that destination 2. Then I am going to declare that route. For the route, the command will be this dot route 1 equal to first the type will be the type of this route 1. I already show you in the world map ship routing video. So type will be feature collection. Then the feature will be, it is a array. So I'm going to declare that array and the object will be contain one type and this type is a feature. Next, that geometry, this is line string. So line string and the last one will be coordinate. Here this route 1 will be from the location origin to destination 1. Next I am going to set the value of the point. So the point will be this dot point 1 equal to, this is also contain this feature collection. So I'll copy and paste it here and these features, after this feature it will contain a properties. So I'm going to declare this properties is empty. I'm just next this geometry content that type, this type will be a point and it contain also a coordinate. Coordinate is origin. Then I'm going to close this curly braces. I did not copy earlier, so it's throwing this error. Let me format this first. Now I forget to add this semicolon. Now it's look like fine. Here the route will contain that source to destination point and the point is contain that starting point of this route. Next I am going to initialize the map. Before going to that map, I'm going to check that distance from this source to destination what I declare in route 1. So the command will be it contain this dot route 1 dot feature the object 0. I am going to take a reference variable for this length. So var line distance 1 equal to this. We can check also what is the distance for this route. So I am going to log this in our console. Next, I am going to declare that arc. For that arc, I am going to create a array. For that array, I am going to take a constant arc1 equal to 1 array. Now we declare this arc and we have a line distance from this route. Earlier we saw that we declare a step which value is 50 and we declare a count. Here I am going to use that number of step means that total distance from this source to destination it will be divide that number of step and it will be pushed in the arc. I'm going to use this for loop condition. So let I equal to 0, then I is less than line distance, then that incremental. So I plus equal to line distance 1 divided by this dot step. Inside this bracket, I'm going to push this value into this arc. So arc array dot push. So I did not declare that segment 1, so it's throwing this error. So I am going to declare that segment 1. So now I'm going to push this arc into our route 1. So this dot route 1 dot features dot geometry dot coordinate equal to this arc arc1. This route 1 having this arc. Now we are ready to declare our map. So the command of loading this map is this dot map dot on and inside the bracket I am going to declare load. When this map is load, this function will be execute. So first I am adding this map source. So this dot map dot add source here it will contain the route 1. This is the ID and next I am going to define the type. Type is JSON. I already saw this thing in my previous video, so I am not going to define this again. If you did not watch that ship route video, please once look that video. So here this data will be contain this dot route 1. We added one source in this map. Next, I'm going to add that point in this map. I copy this and I'm going to change this ID so it will be a point. Next, the type will be JSON and the data will be take from the point 1. Next, I'm going to add the route line. So here this dot map dot add layer and here I'm going to define ID. ID will be route 1. What I define here. Next, the source. Source is also same. So I copy this here and I will paste in the source location. Next, the type. Type will be line. Next, get the color of this line. So there is a function called paint, and inside this paint I am going to define the color and the thickness of the line. So the thickness of the line will be line width equal to 2. Then the line color, so I define this line details in the map. Next, I am going to declare that icon details. So here I copy this and paste it here. It will be start from the point 1. So I going to declare point 1 and the source also point 1. Next, the type will be symbol. Next, the paint. So paint will be, we define later. Here I am going to declare this layout for the icon. So layout will be that icon image. Next, that icon size, and after that the icon rotate. So we already saw that demo video where will be our destination. That plane direction will automatically change to that angle. We define this here. That icon rotate will be take from get and bearing. This is a array, so I declare that array, and after this the icon alignment will be icon rotate alignment overlap our line. So I am going to declare this icon allow overlap is true, and the last one will be icon ignore placement. Icon ignore placement. This is also true. Now the map is ready. When that go button will be click, this on click method will be checked. So inside this on click method I am going to call a animation method. So here this dot animate airship, or I can change this name to aeroplane. Animate aeroplane. So currently this method is not present in our code, so it's throwing this error. So here I am going to declare this. Inside this method, first I am going to check the value of the step and the counter. So here log, this is for step 1 or route 1, and here I am going to check the value of count and the value of step. So now I am going to declare that start point and the end point. As I saw earlier how we are going to move our ship from one place to another place, let's do that. For the segment 1, the starting point will be const start equal to something and const end equal to something. This is the starting point of the segment and this is the ending point of the segment. The starting point coordinate will take from the route. So route dot feature collection, the object will be 0, then geometric coordinates, and this is a array. So I am going to take that value. This dot counter is greater than or equal to this dot step. If true, then it will take count -1. So this dot count -1, else it will take this dot count. Similar to the starting point, the ending point will be contain count greater than equal to this dot step 1. If true, take this counter, else it will take this dot counter plus 1. Now here I am checking if this start or end is not equal. So it's written. Next I'm going to set the point value. So this dot point dot features dot geometry dot coordinate equal to this dot counter 1. If you remember, we declare a bearing for the arc. So here we are going to set that bearing. That bearing will be this dot point dot features, and inside the feature it will take that properties, and inside the property it will define that bearing. So this equal to urf dot bearing. The point will be starting the ending. So here we are setting that angle of that route. Next we are going to set the source value of this met. So this dot map dot get source, it will take that source point from the point 1, set the data on the this dot point. So now we are going to increment the count. So this dot count equal to this dot count plus 1. When this animation process will be complete one time, it will increase one count value. Once this start and end point will be equal, that time our animation will be stopped. So let's run this. Here you can see this world map is visible, but that routing and other details are not visible because we are not declared that in the initialization of this method. So let's do that first. So this is the create method, and I have to call inside the onInit method. So here you can see this, our first route is visible. So once I click this go button, it will start this journey. So next we will add that second route and the third route. So let's go to the second route. On the second route, it's going to the Mexico City to Newark. So let's do that. Here I'm going to declare the second and third route at the same time. So here I copy this and paste it. This is 2 and this will be 3. Next I'm going to copy this. This is for the first route. This is the second route. The second route will be start from destination 1 and it will end in the destination 2, and here my point will be start from destination 1. Similarly, the route 3 will be start from destination 2 and it will end on the origin, and the point will be destination 2. So my 3 route and 3 point is ready now. Next, I'm going to calculate the distance route 2 and route 3. And I'm going to declare another 2R for the route 2 and route 3. Here also I'm going to push this 2 new arc for the 2 new route. Line distance 2, step 2, route also 2, segment also 2, it will be 2 and arc 2. Next, this will be 3, so my 3 new arc is ready now. Next, I'm going to load this in our map. So here I'm going to copy this and change the name to our new route. This will be 2, and this will be 3. Now my map will be ready. So let's check that first. Later we'll do that animation. My 3 route and 3 aeroplane is visible in this world map. Now it's time to make this animation for this second aeroplane and the third aeroplane. So let's do that. So as we saw earlier, once the first aeroplane complete their journey, means when it's reached to destination, then the second aeroplane will start the journey, and second aeroplane reach to their destination, then the third aeroplane start his shipment towards the destination point. So in this scenario, we are going to use that if else condition. So first, I have to copy this logic 2 times more, and I have to add that if else condition. So I copy this code from my old project, and I'm going to explain you what I did earlier. So here I add this if else condition when counter 1 will be less than or equal to the step, and the counter 2 and the counter 3 will be equal, means the value will be 0. That time the first plane journey will be start, and inside the else if condition counter 1 and will be equal to the step 1 minus 1, and the counter 2 is less than equal to the step 2 minus 2, and the counter 3 is equal to 0. That time the second plane will be start joining. Similarly for the third one. For the third one, the counter 1 and counter 2 will be equal to the step 2 minus 1, and the counter 3 will be less than or equal to step 3 minus 2. Inside this, I add all the command what I wrote earlier. At the end, when the counter 1 is equal to the step 1 minus 1, and the counter 2 is equal to the step 2 minus 1, and the counter 3 is equal to the step 3 minus 1, that time the window will be reload. Let's check how it will be work. So now a page will be reloaded. Here you can see that 3 plane icon is visible and 3 route is present in this world map. Once I click this go button, then the first shipment will be start his journey. So let's do that. Once the first shipment is reached to their destination, then the second plane is start his journey. Once the second plane also complete, then the third plane will start his journey. Once this third plane complete to their destination, which is the origin point, it will reload this page and it will start from the beginning. So here you can see that the page is reloaded. So in this way we saw that how to create an animation for the airline navigation system. In the earlier video we saw that how to create a map for the shipment for the sea line shipment. Now you saw that how we create that for a airline navigation. Hope you enjoyed this video and it will be helpful for your project.